I let it rain. And plus, today was like the oddest thing ever. Like, so mind you, this phone is not supposed to be my phone to receive like my T-Mobile information, right? And with it, I'm sitting here. If you ever had got yours that say something about a California license, right here, right? And I've already paid the bill. Now all of a sudden, now I have a three. It's like every time that it's time for something to go on, it seems like the bill gets like bigger and bigger each time after I get ready to pay something. And I'm sitting here like, how does my bill, mind you, I only have three lines, go from $180 to now I owe, it's saying $367.54. I was like, who? Somebody got a bill to pay. Apparently, somebody must got an electricity or something type of bill to pay. But mind you, I've already have proof to show that I paid my T-Mobile, and I'm sitting here like, okay, I'm gonna play along with you guys just for a little bit, not too long though, because I'm just like, hmm, well, where are we getting this? We don't want to take on the fact that the bill is already paid. So it's like, let me just go ahead. I think I screenshotted it yesterday. So all my bills is up, already up. And then, since when does T-Mobile call you? So I'm just like, you know what? They can keep playing the gaslighting game with other people, but this shit gotta stop. Which it will. Probably most likely after today. But somebody was like in their feelings. I wonder if let me, as a matter of fact, let me do one more thing. So customer service, right? These are the contact numbers. So when I call it, let's see what comes up.
Welcome to the T-Mobile payment line. Payments and payment arrangements are free in this automated system
Monitoring
and in the Pay Life
spirits.
app. Support teams may
Mind
not
you, it
have
says
access to
customer
process
sales,
payments
not the
or set
payment
up
line.
payment arrangements.
So this is how I already know they're trying to run a scam in the background. So those are just like small, simple details to pay attention. Somebody could be here in Brevard County, Honda. Somebody, let's see who owns the. I will find out who owns the Brevard Honda dealer shop. Also, look around to see if there's a local Geico place or something like that, or places that will take up the payments for them. Cause this is like, I'm bored already, and I got other shit to do. And then it's like for them to come on in and try to pull this because it's like, how did you how did they figure out? Because it's like something about May 25th, someone signed in onto a computer. I don't have a computer. I don't have a laptop. And then it's something said, well, look up what type of electronics is it? And it's like, oh, well, here it is. Someone definitely is using. I'm gonna find out like what type of things, but they using gaming systems and stuff like that. So if I go ahead and pull up like Bluetooth or something right now, let's see if I pull up Bluetooth. Da, 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 da. Let's turn on Bluetooth. And look what you know, consoles and computers right there. So it allows me to know like more or less who's doing what from where. It just gets annoying sometimes. And then it's like, cause it's like when once they know that they can't gaslight you, they'll go a little bit harder, and then they'll try to upcharge. So with them trying to charge me like $360, no, my phone bill is way less than that. And plus, like two of the phones are already paid off. So right now, technically, if I wanted to close out like my T-Mobile lines, I would be paying like maybe between like $300 to $400. I'll probably be closing out, and I don't have to deal with T-Mobile no more. So basically, I literally will be doing like a month, or like a prepaid line. So with them pulling how they trying to pull it, it's just like when you get closer to the stuff, the more aggressive that they'll try to do. Let's see if I go ahead and click on my Wi-Fi. I'm pretty sure we'll find some networks that ain't got no business being on here. So let's give it a second. Spectrum Mobile, Spectrum Setup 5D, Mr. White. Spectrum set up AE 92, Parks Network, and Reby 770. So these are today's people, which they trying to get themselves off the network right now. Yeah. So once you catch on to their nonsense, the more aggressive that they become. Now, mind you, it should have been picked up on any people right here, and it's usually more. So that allows me to know, like, they're a little pissed off today to get caught on to what kind of crimes they running. So that can possibly seem as if, say that I was paying because I decided to pay as a guest versus paying um, as like regular through whatever text message that they've been giving me. It just allows me to know that it's supposed to be going to who it's supposed to. And of course, with them being reckless right now, I guess it's just how it's gonna go. Yeah. T-Mobile 183, but today I've already paid, and then now all of a sudden the bill is 367. So I'm just like, who really honestly fucking cares? I thought I was going to be able to go to my mailbox to check the mail, but considering they must be doing something with the mail today, so um, that allows me to know because they do handle climate control over here because they have the environmental climate center over here in Melbourne, so it's like nothing new to me. Anyways, channel information where somebody's gonna find some bodies in like a empty well or something like that, or like I wouldn't say like it's abandoned. It's like an area, but nobody really like go into it. Like it's well kept up and everything, but it's like if somebody moves something and they look down in it, and it's like a hole because where the perception could seem like it's a deep hole, and the hole really is not that deep, and it's like somebody's trying to hide some bodies and stuff like that. That's about to be discovered today. So apparently it must be a raid or something about to happen. Because all the show was playing, I was like, oh, I still need to get one more thing. But however, that may not be the case today. And then Browning Pharmacy, Geico Insurance, and someone could be driving a Honda. It's like, Umida or something like that. Somebody's name could be something like that. Umida or Umidas or some shit like that. Somebody's name starts with a Y or a J. And whatever it is, it's like, I'm telling you, it's more females at this are females and gay men that's trying to help somebody to do something. And with them looking to get away with this situation, they doing everything in their power, but it's like they blackmailing somebody. But I'm telling you, somebody is about to get notified because I already told you, DeSantis. It's gonna be a recognition, or you're gonna end up getting public recognition in the worst way. And it's like it's gonna be grounds where you know how the only way that you can go ahead and get people out of positions, governors, mayors, outside of the president, it has to be vetoed. But other officials is when they get involved, and it can be proven that they were trying to commit like M crimes. And in this situation, it's like you're turning your head, and clearly these people are coming to you to get the permission, because it's like, how is it that you're not aware of anything going on or occurring in your own state, let alone to make the mistake of people hoping that, okay, they still should be in here and they should still be over here. And then it's like, all of this like driving all behind buildings and shit, like you can actually go towards the front of the building and then circle the way around versus giving someone your main attention about exactly what it is that you're doing towards another. So it's just like, you know what, I will be relieved, like all this shit will just literally be a thing of the past. That's why I'm like, you know what, they doing what they doing, they causing the harm to the children and all this other stuff, but at the same time this is just gonna be like, The only thing I got to keep thinking is like this eventually is going to, this too shall pass. This is going to be something like a thing of the past. I don't have to worry about it no more. What they're choosing to do is solely up to them because it just shows their character. But then it's like at the same time, how is somebody a problem to something and they're like completely moved away? But then it's like you completely just miraculously know what they say outside of me just announcing it because it's like I know I'm aware that there's something going on, even though that they're blocking my internet to be able to like search it and stuff like that. And then when I call because it's their people that's working with them, that they, oh no, I don't see anything in the system. I don't see anything. No, and then when they probably looking right there in the computer system, seeing this shit, and then it's like, God damn. I wasn't expecting for them to, call or I wasn't expecting them to do this, but we needed them to do that. And it's like, okay, well, I know better than to try to, make the appointment because it's like they're so prevalent to go in here to get into this apartment to dig into any and everything in here. Like, okay, what she put in this bag and what she put in. They already stole my other little phone because I was like, I was looking for it and I was like, why is it not in the place where I left it? Because that already allowed me to know that they allowed these fucking people in this house and they know that was a whole violation. So it's just like, all it requires is just to figure out any people within the neighborhood to get their surveillance. But and that also leads to them like, damn, if she get this money, she'll have the access to go ahead to get these people's cameras and all this other stuff. So it's like it's delay, but even with the delay, like there's eyes on them. So wherever they feeling like they getting away with the shit and they keep pressing, and it's like, all right, well, they literally are down to like the last 11 hours of this situation where they was trying to give this person or this judge or these people permission like, hey, I'm gonna give it to to the 21st or the 22nd to get this done because we was actually supposed to be done this week because 3 to 7 days, but for the situation it's supposed to have been like 14 to 36 hours. That time is already like the clock is running out, like it's like the final countdown of the situation. So they're desperate. So this is like food restaurants, this is DoorDash, this is them hoping that they can bypass like the systems, they can bypass of like talking to anybody where if I wanted to correct my like my phone stuff, that they can bypass it, or you know so like when you do the pound to right, this is the code, unable to make the request. So that still means that they're forwarding the calls, they're forwarding text messages and stuff like that. So let's just say they making it bad on themselves because it was like, well, ain't nobody watching us. Okay, but somebody's phone call here before 3 p.m. and like within the next hour is gonna lead to them being like, all right, you felt that you can do what you wanted to do, and we already told you what to do, and you choosing not to. It's gonna be a bad day for them. So it's like I'm not gonna hold myself and just be like, told you so. But these will be the same people that, with the internet, with all this other stuff, is just like, shit, charge it to the game. Like, what the fuck? Y'all already fucking up the credit sport. Y'all already doing all this stuff. But it's like, with this alias, it's like, shit will change, but I'll still be able to keep, like, my VA and all this other stuff. Because it's like, how far they're taking this. It's like somebody just, like, sitting here watching, like, they really are doing this bullshit. Manipulating, as if they didn't ever communicate with me via the VA. They manipulating the fact like, oh, well, she didn't say this. And otherwise, we're watching this, watching you, watch them, watch you to go ahead and make the moves to pay your little junkies and stuff like that. Because most of the time, any kind of man, they usually be the alcoholic, drug addict, or a predator. If you ain't ever really noticed and pay attention, especially the ones that know how to do the shit real good and real fast. That right there just be enough for you to already know, like. And then it's like for them to do their due diligence to figure out at the same time, like, oh, they do have ties to these shares. They do have ties to DoorDash. Oh, this is the local DoorDash. This is where it's at. Like, all that shit is going to be able to pinpoint to who they paid, why they paid for it. And then it's like, what caused you to do it in the first place. Like, this is like a lifetime of free internet, cell phone services. Like, shit, call me a private citizen at this point and a diplomat. Because it's like, what they chose to do It's like beyond reckless for these folks to do what it is that they've been doing. Because it's like, shit, I gotta eat. I'm trying to cook my stuff. And then it's like already with people, Google issues emergency update for all 3 billion Chrome users. Yeah. Signs off on 3 new Florida laws. What are his 3 new Florida laws? Fire prevention, brownfields program, which to voluntarily clean up and redevelop polluted properties, voluntary cleanup tax credit, so people clean up, then that can do that. Sewer systems background screening, for healthcare administration to create a public web page to provide education and awareness of care provider background screenings. Mm. Mind you, here they are scrolling in the back of the phone yet again. It's like, what is she researching? Your stupidity. Like, that shit is so annoying. But anyways, by 3 p.m., something's fit to go down, so I'm not concerned. I just actually wanted to cook my food and mind my business. Yeah, I'll be back.